Coming up in VUCast, why the obsession with stock prices is killing U.S. companies. How powerful is the shrinking undecided voter? And from farm to fork. Hi, I'm Amy Wolf with VUCast. Millions of Americans are struggling in the latest economic downturn. A Vanderbilt law and economics professor says an obsession with stock prices is partly to blame.
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
Margaret Blair says focusing solely on raising stock prices and allowing shareholders to pressure company decisions has forced jobs overseas and damaged quality and innovation. Blair says it's something newer companies like Facebook and Google are working hard to avoid.
Within that new corporate sector that's emerging, they are deliberately, the CEOs and the executives of those companies, they're deliberately taking actions to try to protect themselves from shareholder pressure. Okay, so when Google went public, okay, it created a separate class of shares that it sold to the public so that the existing management of Google would still have control over the company. And they did that explicitly because they wanted to protect the company from too intense pressure from the shareholders. Facebook did the same thing.
You can hear much more from Blair, including her take on the court case that helped ignite the stock price frenzy, and how we can fix our economic crisis on Vanderbilt.edu. Search Margaret Blair and stock prices. In this very tight presidential election, we keep hearing about the infamous and powerful undecided voter.
Before you get our vote, you're gonna have to answer some questions. Questions like,
when is the election? How soon do we have to decide?
What are the names of the two people running? And be specific.
But new research from Vanderbilt political science professor John Geer finds the sliver of independent voters is now so small, there's a tiny and dwindling chance they'll influence the election. Geer heads the Vanderbilt YouGov ad rating project, which polls 600 voters weekly on the latest political ads. See how voters really feel about the latest attack ads on Vanderbilt.edu. Search Ad Rating Project.
RECYCLE recycle. CONSERVE conserve. Don't you POLLUTE pollute the river, sky, or sea, or else you're gonna get what you deserve.
I think that was a chunk of compost singing. Well, when our first-year students moved into the Ingram Commons this year, we also moved out and recycled almost 33 tons of cardboard. That's enough to fill a big tractor trailer. 130 students volunteered to help Vandy employees collect all those boxes. Learn more about Vanderbilt's green initiatives and student groups on vanderbilt.edu/sustainvu. Anyone who's eaten at one of Vanderbilt's award-winning dining halls knows how amazing the food tastes. A big part of the flavor is tied to the freshness, and that means partnering with local farmers.
This is Campus Dining's third annual Farm to Fork celebration. We do this every September where we invite students to come meet some of the farmers and food artisans that Campus Dining buys their food from. So we have two tables of 150, or a total of 300, serve a family-style meal out on the Peabody Esplanade on a gorgeous night, and great food, good conversation. We try to buy a lot of our locally grown produce from local vendors, local farms. We buy cheese locally. You know, we've got a great culinary team. Our chefs are very talented. They're proud of what they do, and it's just a great example of Campus Dining getting out on the lawn on a nice evening. And our chefs can actually talk to the farmers too. It's a good time for them to actually sit down and break bread.
You can learn more about healthy and delicious cooking on multiple websites across the university and medical center. Just go to vanderbilt.edu and search Healthy Eating. For VUCast, I'm Amy Wolf.